A lot of you guys may know exactly the topic of this video, but guess what? YouTube is doing YouTube things again, and if you don't know, do this. Click. I mean, if you're on your PC desktop, maybe on your mobile phone it's going to be different, but click on your profile. And here, that's going to be this thing. Restricted mode. By default, most of it should be off for you guys. Some people will have it on. And there's been a lot of drama happening regarding people's videos just completely being censored when restricted mode is on. I think it affects mostly children rather than most people. It's been happening since the beginning of August too. But hey, I was gonna just kind of skip over this, but Nicholas Light uploaded another video, so hey, let's watch it.
This isn't even clickbait. What I'm about to show you guys is one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my fucking life. Look at my page right now.
I'm looking.
We're in incognito mode, hence why we're in light mode and not dark mode, okay?
Yeah.
If you use light mode, you're a fucking psychopath. My channel looks completely normal. As you can see, all my newest videos.
Yeah.
Stop Saturn, I'm done. People lied to me about Boruto, Jujutsu Kaisen.
How could they?
Now we're gonna look at my channel on restricted mode.
Yes.
This is a mode that YouTube, I think, started
Right
implementing as soon as August 1st.
Yeah, as far as my knowledge goes and other people's too, it's been about a month and a week or so. Personally, I have found no significant changes in viewership. I don't think people are... I mean, listen, in terms of the viewership stuff I talk about, the drop-off is due to the shadow ban or quote-unquote the recalibration period, something that I obsess and do statistical analysis and show you guys. But that's a separate thing. I personally don't think restricted mode is affecting me or many other creators, but still, this is a thing.
Where it's actually enabled on most people's accounts. So let's enable.
I don't think this is enabled on most people's accounts. I think that this is one of the safeguards that YouTube is trying to implement. I don't know if you guys know about this, but they've been forced to... I think they're trying to kind of like censor children content, right? They're trying to basically make sure minors, underage, teenagers, when they're interacting with social media, I forget what they were doing in Europe, but basically I think it is an AI filter targeted towards accounts that are considered children. And if your content only appeals to those kids, then I could totally see how your content would be impacted by that. I don't think that's the case for Nicholas Light. I think this is more of like CoComelon shit. You know what I'm saying? Like YouTube for kids.
Let's watch this. Watch this. This is insane. It's like a magic trick. Watch this.
Yep. And it's all gone. Old videos. This is something that I've noticed too. You know how there's these short videos of these update stuff? It's the same with me as well. So let's do a little thought experiment. Let's bring up my channel and my second channel too and see exactly what content is shown or not. So... let's shout outs to Kaka TV too. If you care about, children's cartoons. It's funny that we're talking about children being censored, but we cover Ben 10. We're watching Ben 10 Omniverse right now. Honestly, my second channel is just so elite in terms of average viewership, bro. Straight up. This shit's got 10k sub already. Every video just fucking killing it. We were shadow banned for a bit. I explain it over here. Anyways, that's not the point. So, let's turn restricted mode on for myself. Restricted mode on. What will show up in my second channel? These short videos. See, this is what I'm saying. There's something that the AI, the algorithm, I believe, has a preference to short clips. So I think that this is not a coincidence. I think that their code basically detects that it's going, like, basically, here's the assumption. The shorter the video is, the more likely it's not going to have as much profanity. I think they're trying to search for, sexual scenes or swearing or stuff like that. I say fuck a lot. It's not a big deal. We don't get demonetized for that. But in terms of this new filter, I do believe that is put into consideration. And therefore, a lot of these videos, right? These shorter length ones are put in rather than the full length videos where I'm just talking and talking and talking. Let's check out the main channel. With the filter on, hold up, restricted mode, on. And what will we see here? Yep, short content. Okay, this is crazy. There is no way that these videos should even be... If you're trying to save children and filter, you know, potential threatening content from the kids, you let these videos up? Are you crazy? Do you know what I'm even doing in these videos, bro? Hello, princess. 2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. But notice how all the content too is very short. Again, I think there absolutely is a correlation in the length of a video of how the algorithm gauges profanity and other threatening, stuff they would see. But here's the thing. This has been happening for a month and a bit. I found no significant differences in my viewership, and it's still fucked though, right? Just because it's not happening, I think what a lot of people do is, oh, bad things are happening, but it's not impacting me, therefore, haha, I don't care. That's not what I'm saying. That's a very ignorant way to, live and see things. But so far, it's that impacting me, and I don't think it's impacting many other creators too in my same niche.
You see what just happened? I enabled an AI restricted mode feature that YouTube implemented starting in August that is already enabled on most people's accounts.
No, it's not for most people's accounts again. It's for like children, like literally like YouTube for kids section, like Cocomelon kids.
Look at my videos. The newest video that you're...
I mean, you guys too, right? I listen, a lot of people come into my chat and say, bro, I don't even see your videos until 3 days later. Like, I didn't even know you uploaded these videos. I have to go to your channel to find out. Like, that is part of the shadow ban and the recalibration that we're familiar with. But I haven't had a single person come in and say, bro, I didn't even realize that you posted his videos because the filter was on. Like, how many of you guys in chat right now? There's 300 people. Type 1 in chat if you don't have restriction mode on, like by default. I think most of you guys don't even realize that this is a thing, right? Most of you guys, I think, are flagged as regular adults, and it doesn't exactly, right? Again, like what is the sample size of my chat right now saying at the end of the day? It's not much, right? It's not that statistically significant, but I'm just showing you that most people, I believe, do not have this filter set to on by default, and it's only by accounts that's flagged as like minors for whatever reason.
You're able to watch on restricted mode is my One Piece live action chopper reveal reaction from 3 months ago. Before that, 11 months ago, 1 year ago, Water 7, a Water 7 reaction.
Hype, bro.
I'm on Egghead.
Best saga.
That's like 1,000 episodes ago. My last words, I'm sorry, I did it. Imagine Dragons and Kanto. These are videos from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
This is most of my channel. All right, now let's turn.
But here's the thing, right? If most people had this on by default, his viewership would have died significantly. That's not the case for him.
Restricted mode off. Wow, my channel's back. You would think I went away for 3 months or a fucking year. If you guys don't notice, I average around 100K views. I've done this since I started my channel like 3+ years ago.
Sure.
When I get a video that's like 50, 60, 70K, wow, okay, that's fine. If I get 2 of those, what the fuck is going on? If I get 3 or 4 of those, that's a problem. I thought I fell off starting in August, but let's look at August. August 1st happens around.
Nah, I think that this is an issue of causation doesn't equal correlation. I know what Nick is trying to say, and listen, like I'm sure his viewership has fallen off in August as well, but here's the thing with seasonal content. Taco P was hard carrying, and some of the other hard hitting shows too, like Lord of the Mysteries and the drama stuff, it was hard hitting. He also took a fucking break too, right? Listen, I'm not trying to insult Nicholas Light, but I genuinely don't think that he fully understands the analytics in the way that it's impacting this. And like, let's look at this. This is Social Blade again, a decent website for viewership content, and you can see on the right hand side that, yeah, it definitely has fallen off, right? But here's the thing too. I think that this is less due to the AI filter and more to do with topical trends and nothing really popping off right now, as well as the volume of content that he might be uploading, right? Like, you can't expect to, again, and even if this was the case that like in the beginning of August, again, it went in, it should be an immediate drop off. For about until August 18th, things are still fucking killing it. You see the graph right over here, right? So I don't believe for a fact that like oh, it's like slowly dying. Like, I mean, if you're really gonna look at like the downward trajectory, it's happening since May, and this is not a big issue. It happens for all creators where you hit new highs, and then it's impossible to keep that shit going because trends are not consistent, and people are gonna, you know, forget, and it's fine because you establish a new baseline, which is still higher than which you were at before. That's how it works. You go up, right? You go up. Right? Sometimes you're down here, you go up, and you go down, and then it fell off, but this new period is still higher, and then you go up, and it's gonna fall down, and this. And I think that one of the most condemning, evidence that I have for my end too is my own viewership. Let's look at this. Let's look at the lifetime chart. Right? Let me just bring you these numbers. Bang. And look, right? Let's look at this. Let me just screenshot this so I can bring it over to Paint. Just like this example, I'm going to show you this right here, right? This was the height of basically all the drama happening. Your boy Roshi, Nicholas Light, drama happening, brand new seasonal animes, right? Again, there's like 2 phases, right? So basically there's 1, 2, 3 phases. And the phases that I'm drawing in this area this is the beginning of a new season. Basically, seasonal content creators, like reaction channels, in the beginning of a new channel, like new show, everything pops off here. Brand new shows, brand new trends, and always the first couple episodes in the beginning of a reaction content does the best. Not even just trending shows, I'm talking about old shows as well. The natural life cycle, again, of any show is it's so easy to do well in the beginning, and then what happens? It falls off. Why? Because some people either figure out that they don't care about the show, they're not that interested, and they drop it. You can't expect everybody that started the show to watch it. There's going to be a natural filtering process. Everyone's here to check out the trends and the virality, and then the true viewership shows right over here. These are the people that stick around, and that's fine. That's why it's always like historically the same graph in how in the beginning of a new season, it's going to do really well. And then it's going to slowly fall off. And then you have a new baseline established. And then you work off of that. And this is going to be like the graph until about fall 2025. And when fall 2025 hits, just like always, new trends happening where it's going to do that and it's going to do this. Have you noticed over here, time after time after time after time after time after there's a little bit of a bump here too. Spring, this phase was really fucked with the shadow ban. But you notice that it's the same thing. The same behavior of hit trend, open gates, floodgates are open, you build up a new audience, and then a new baseline established is still better than the old baseline, right? This is how life cycles work on YouTube. And if it truly was the case that like in August, everything just died off, Nicholas Light's viewership would have immediately dipped in August immediately, but that's not really what I'm seeing here. You know, I see that, like, yes, I understand 11th to 18th and onwards is a downward trend, but I don't think this has to do with the AI filters. I think that this has more to do with trends and topical content and basically not that much stuff happening and it just not hitting the same. And he's gonna give it back when October hits. It's gonna fucking bang. He's gonna have new opening reactions and new stuff to cover, and it's gonna go up. Just watch. I guarantee you. It's a very simple prediction.
Here, let's go. Right, 124K views, normal. 101K, normal. 100K, normal. 106, 20,000 views.
Yeah, because you can't expect people to watch Assassin's Creed Reverse though. Like, I get that, like, you're covering gacha content. But like these are like Hoyoverse related gacha content that's big. Not every gacha game is gonna bang like that. So 20,000 is an insane drop off, but still, like, it just means that this video's topic just didn't interest your audience.
235K. Okay,
guys, down it on. Let's go.
All right, so we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
63K on Wuwa. 68K. That's not normal for me. 47K.
It's not normal for you compared to like the hype shows, but Gurren Lagann is a very old legacy show, and I doubt his audience really cares about it. Like, straight up. I don't think that this is the AI filter. This is about specific topics and whether it resonates with his core audience or not.
On a anime endings video. That's never happened in the...
That is kind of sus though, for sure, right? He is an anime opening and endings guy. This is best anime endings, you know, of summer 2025. Maybe all the endings are just ass. Maybe it's more of people care more about openings than endings, but kind of sus.
In my career at all. I always get like maybe at least 90K on anime music reactions. Not this one. 3 weeks ago, 47, 58. Okay, the greatest anime OSTs of all time.
Hype.
Of course, that's going to do good with a title like that. Almost 200K. Pretty good. 74K over an hour of Fairy Tail OSTs. Terrible. 40K on Uma Musume. Terrible. 70K on Vocaloid. 77K on a clickbait title that should...
What the fuck is that? Just a bald dude, the greatest reaction of all time.
Should have done better. 65K on Save One Anime Opening, a series that always gets at least 100K views. One Piece versus Naruto versus Bleach, 78K.
That's actually a really interesting title and concept. I would have expected it to do better than that.
103K for Dandadan.
It's funny how he was shitting on Dandadan falling off. And I think he is still right in terms of falling off relative to season 1. Dandadan still is doing it amazing, but like still. I love how Dandadan's clearing everything else here.
98K on this. 32.
The most racist anime character's reaction is crazy. I saw Zoro in there. Zoro the fucking minority hunter, bro. For some reason, if you look at every opponent Zoro has faced off in One Piece, they're all people of color. Darker skin tone people. What the fuck?
K on Dark Souls, 62K on One Piece. That's terrible. And now I just uploaded this newest video. 950 views, 20 comments. This never happens. I want to try one more.
I would love to see his analytics and, you know, see if the same pattern of behavior is happening. Because what do I constantly say when I talk about, you know, Shadowban stuff? Shadowban, right? Hold up. Shadowban, aka recalibration phase, right? So when I bring you this graph, this area here is when the graphs basically up until this part was some crazy floodgates lifting where when like, okay, when basically videos are no longer shown to audience until 3-day mark, right? I constantly show you a graph where at the 3-day mark, the viewership of the video pops off. Suggested traffic is significantly down, right? Recommendations suggested is down, right? People have to find your videos through channel pages because they think you're not uploading, right? What else is there? Ratio of non-sub to sub is like 80 to 20 until 3rd day, right? These are the hallmark symptoms of what I call a shadowban, aka recalibration phase, where it's built into the system in order to make sure that, like, basically, I believe that the algorithm has a floor and a ceiling that it determines your viewership to be. And once it exceeds that ceiling, which we did here, it basically cuts down all the fat. No longer do you have new people finding your channel. You're trimmed down to just your core audience. And basically you basically broke the ceiling, and now you're quote unquote being punished, and you're throttled until, you know, time passes to a point where they think that after an expected range, right? And it always happened in 3-month intervals or so, right? Then they give you another boost, and it's the same thing. And it's just been it's been happening over and over again, and I talk about this so much. This is not a schizo theory. A lot of other people have experienced this stuff and came to me and said, yes, exactly these symptoms happen. So I think Nicholas, like, maybe, who knows? Is he going through the same situation? I don't know.
Time, refreshing it all, putting my channel on restricted mode. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it changes. It doesn't. That's fucking crazy. If this feature was automatically enabled on your account without you even knowing, for you, my channel only has 12 videos. What the fuck? You
Actually though, what the fuck, YouTube? I don't agree again that his like conclusion of this filter is why his viewership is going down. I don't agree with that. Again, I've explained to you in depth of why, but it is still like, YouTube, what are you doing? What the hell are you thinking?
YouTube, fix your shit. But I'm afraid to say it, this is probably the new world. And you try to get answers on Twitter, forget about it.
It's gonna be a robot. It's so frustrating to talk to YouTube support. It's just an NPC with like 5 separate like dialogue trees, and they just spam the same thing and they do not help. There has been no, I've never had a single point. I've reached out to YouTube support countless times for so many different reasons, and every single time they waste my time and we get nowhere, and their solution is, just fuck off. It'll solve itself. Don't worry about it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
You're gonna get an automated reply from YouTube. They never give you fucking answers. You're never talking to a human being.
Yep.
So what do? Nothing. Whenever I'm faced with adversity, I
just win, baby.
just gotta keep fucking going.
Yeah.
I gotta keep going live. I gotta keep creating content.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's gonna be. Am I gonna start censoring myself? Am I gonna start saying, oh my frick, instead of oh my fuck? No. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna be suffering. Honestly, me and a bunch of other creators, a lot of creators are talking about this shit.
Yeah.
And we're going to be suffering because of this shit. Because
I don't think that majority of creators are actually suffering from this again. If this was truly happening to everybody and there was a significant loss, I think there would be an even bigger outrage happening. The viewership going down again, you can't just do correlation equal causation. You can't just look at a single instance and say, that's why it's happening. No, there's other reasons. I believe it's due to more topical trends and potentially a recalibration phase. And once October hits, it's going to go up again. And listen, if it truly was the case that all of his fans and accounts were limited, I guarantee you in October when Jujutsu Kaisen, sorry, not Jujutsu Kaisen, when brand new animes comes out and new trends that he covers comes out, that shit's going to spike up again. I guarantee you. And that won't happen if your audience is all fucking filtered out. And again, if you look at the time period at the beginning of August, for half of August, there was no change in viewership of significant going down.
YouTube are full of lazy fucks that don't want to work and they want to implement AI to do things for them the wrong way. You would think
It's so frustrating. I understand like YouTube can't possibly keep up with like the amount of volume of content that they need to moderate because like, dude, there's a lot. There is so much videos going up and so many creators to support. That's why I understand why they're trying to automate the process. But at the same time, this is a fucking multi-billion-dollar corporation, bro. Like, you shouldn't be making an excuse about this when you have the resources to invest to make sure that this platform and the creators that actually make you money are like supported.
I'm a 3 videos type of year uploader. If you have this fucking feature enabled, this helps hide potentially mature videos. No filter is 100% accurate.
Yep.
So 99.9999998% of my content is potentially mature, which is completely removed from YouTube. You cannot see it. And I've never seen it this bad. Honestly, I see other creators testing this and they're missing maybe 5-6 videos.
My second channel is missing everything. There is no Beyblade or cartoon, like anything. You saw Kaka TV too, right? That shit is fucking gone.
I'm missing 99.99998% of my content with this fucking feature. Unbelievable. This website is becoming just as bad as Twitch. It's insane.
Shout out to Twitch.
Absolutely insane. And this is why I push patreon.com/NicholasLightTV, because I'm one of their top creators and they treat me with fucking respect on there.
Shout outs to Patreon support. It is actually night and day how different Patreon support is. You'll have a real person talking to you directly, holding your hand and making sure everything is taken care of. Now, again, you could argue that like Patreon doesn't have the same volume of content to moderate or creators to help out. Therefore, like they can afford to do that. But again, I don't agree with this notion that because you're smaller, you can do better. No. You have the fucking resources if you're bigger. You should be able to invest and scale off of that support rather than fucking relying on AI automation.
Because they know if they lost me, they're losing a lot of money. And I like that shit. They don't treat me with disrespect. They don't give me bullshit. They give me a human being to talk to if I run into a problem. And I think that's
The frustrating thing though is how Patreon is limited. So here's the thing. YouTube can work. Okay. Let me try this. So here's a concept that is really frustrating, because here is YouTube and here's Patreon. Do you guys think that, like, if you just create content on Patreon, that you're gonna have more subs? I personally don't think so. Patreon is a place where people saw an advertisement and decided to come to. Everything starts from YouTube. Whether it be YouTube, whether it be Twitter, whether it be whatever. Patreon doesn't have its organic algorithm of visibility and distribution where you can't advertise Patreon on Patreon. You know what I mean? It's pay-gated content, and no one's gonna fucking sub to you if they don't know who you are. So everything starts from YouTube as discoverability. Exactly. If Patreon could figure out some sort of self-sustaining discoverability, it would be great. But unfortunately, here's the reality that we live in. Patreon cannot exist without YouTube. But YouTube can't exist without Patreon. And we are dependent on YouTube to increase Patreon. Just making content on Patreon will not increase patrons. What you can do is increase retention when more people come in, right? Basically, you want people to come back. You don't want people to just go out, right? Like, you don't want people to just go out, because, like, naturally, it's impossible to expect everyone to constantly be subbed and forever be there. There's going to be attrition, and that's fine. That's normal. But your goal, again, should be to work on retention as well as discoverability in order for this to go up. And if Patreon could just figure something out, yeah, it's the same concept for YouTube and Twitch too. Twitch has no discoverability. That's why YouTube is the ultimate tool for discoverability and to advertise your product such that other platforms can get a boost. It's kind of, Twitter also is the same thing for OnlyFans girls, right? Obviously, OnlyFans girls can't just post their shit on YouTube. But what they do is they have a Twitter, they have an Instagram that acts as discoverability. And then what do they have? Link in bio. Link in bio. It's funny that I study this shit too, but I actually think it's fascinating, the business model behind monetization of, like, OnlyFans girls and how they run businesses. It's actually really interesting. If, like, it's not just about gooning. I'm just talking purely from, like, a business perspective. If Patreon could figure out a discoverability way, right? If they could somehow just figure out, like, instead of relying on YouTube and other sources, if they were self-sufficient in their own discoverability, man, that would just be something else, huh? But nothing is perfect, and I don't think that solution is coming.
Good relationship. They put their creators first. That's what YouTube should be doing. What's YouTube without creators? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. You know these types of titles that I do that other YouTubers have been doing?
I'm done. This is the end. We need to talk.
For as long as the website has been up, we need to talk. I'm sorry.
It's part of the algorithm, right? It's the shock value to clickbait the audience into watching something significant happening.
Sorry, I'm done. Why is it that only these videos fucking work? When I upload an I'm done video, that shit goes crazy.
Because it is shocking, right? Like, you can't expect people, like, I'll use my channel for example too, right? Like, there's a video I made here called This Is Embarrassing. There's a video also of, you know, Dress Up Darling reaction, or Lord of the Mysteries, or Bakemonogatari, right? The content for reaction, if you're not watching these specific shows, they're not going to click onto it. Doesn't make sense. But when you have a title and content that is so general and so, like, accessible, then everyone can watch it. Naturally, reaction content, especially for anime episode reactions, are very, like, disadvantages in, if your audience isn't watching, like, that anime and they're caught up, that's not going to do well. But again, topical videos, that's like more of anything that anyone can watch, right? Your goal is to lower the barrier of accessibility so everyone can check it out without needing other context. And that's why I'm done, right? This is the end. It's shocking. Everyone can watch it. That's why it does well.
crazy. 100K views within a few hours. Everybody's tuning in into that shit. This is why we do those videos, because I feel like, or we feel like, that's the only thing that the algorithm favors right now. Or
it's not that the algorithm is favoring it, it's that the audience is favoring it. I think that the biggest, come to God moment for me was when I replaced the word algorithm with audience. And I know that it sounds extremely pretentious right now for me to be backseating a content creator with 1 million subscribers that has way more views than I do. But I do think that I know what I'm fucking talking about. I genuinely believe that I know what I'm talking about because I failed for so fucking long, and finally, due to my understanding, there has been actual significant growth. And once you realize that the algorithm simply is a way for your videos to get distributed to your audience, then it's gonna do better, right? So if you make content again, that's way more audience general. I'm done, update videos, something personal about you, something dramatic. Of course they're gonna watch it. You upload One Piece episode 1167 reaction. Who's gonna watch that? The One Piece people will, but is everyone gonna watch it? No, right? So you gotta think about that. Audience's interest is the most important thing.
Titles that are clickbait that drives everybody in. So don't be mad at us, at the creators. We're just playing the game.
True.
Be mad at the fucking game. Those that develop it, those that control that shit, and how the algorithm and how the mechanics work. Be mad at them. Don't be mad at the creators that are just trying to get by, because this is our job. It's our career, whether you like it or not, whether you think it's a job.
Get a real job, loser. Reacting to shows. Put the fries in the bag. One of these days, I'll be putting the fries in the bag, guys. Don't worry.
Job or not, it's just as much as a job than anybody else's.
Fun story, bro. I was at McDonald's the other day, and basically in the mobile app, there's a takeout option, and you can choose a bag or not. Accidentally, I didn't choose a takeout bag. So they gave me the food, and I was like, where's the bag? And they're like, you didn't order it. So I was like, all right, can I have a bag, please? I'll pay for it. Sure. So 25 cents, give me the fucking bag. And then they left. They gave me the bag and they left. And I was like, oh my God, I'm putting the fries in the bag. there's a very humbling moment where it's like, oh shit, you're not gonna put the food in the bag? Oh my God, I'm actually putting the fries in the bag right. Now, I've worked at McDonald's. Now, one of my first jobs I've ever had was actually working at McDonald's, but that was damn, I'm actually putting the fries in the bag right now. This is kind of humiliating in a way. I don't know.
And this is what we got to fucking deal with. One more thing that I just realized, I keep adding more to this video. I was watching other videos about this issue. If you live in other countries outside the US, this feature, this restricted mode feature, is already on. If the AI believes that you're underage or something, if it's playing these fucking genie tactics where...
Yeah, I don't know how they're detecting it, because obviously kids can make YouTube accounts and claim that they're 18 years old, right? So maybe they look at watch history and look at are these children's shows? Is this a minor? I don't know, bro.
Has telepathy where it can read your fucking mind, that it assumes that you are a child. Some aren't even children, and it's enabled if you're outside the US. Most of my audience is outside the US.
That's actually shocking. I expect his entire audience to be based in US. That's how it usually is for most people. And then India is a big demographic. For me, Indonesia, Philippines, India, they're big right after America.
Fuck YouTube.
Wah, 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 wah. So what are we learning today? If you guys have this shit enabled, which I don't think you are, understand that restricted mode is a thing. It's filtering stuff out. Now, I understand Nicholas's frustrations, and I totally get where he's coming from. But here's the thing. If it truly was the case that this is the reason why his videos are not getting views, then this wouldn't have gotten actual fucking views. These other videos, Jujutsu Kaisen trailer or holy shit, Dan Dan Dan, wouldn't hit 6-figure views. How does it make sense that suddenly these videos that are also filtered out by that restricted mode are able to still get these type of viewership? Because at the end of the day, the reason that videos like this get low views in comparison to the others is simply due to topical interest, and you can't expect everybody to be watching everything and get the same amount of content like that. So again, this is an issue of correlation does not equal causation. I understand that it may be like a very convenient excuse and like something to hate on, and totally it's fucked up that YouTube is doing that, but not for a second do I think that the AI filter is impacting Nicholas Light significantly and killing his viewership. I think this is just the current dead time of topical interest dying down as we get ready for fall. And once fall hits, it's gonna hit and he's gonna get bigger than ever. And that's pretty much it. Please check out Nick's channel. Here's a link to the video. Go give it a like, check out his content for other content like this, and I'll see you next time.